Hi, I'm Eric Olson, the book specialist here at Gray's Auctioneers, and I'm going to talk to you about the February 25th, 2026 auction, and we're going to be previewing a few of the lots here. So we sell a lot of things at auction, including rugs, decorative items, paintings, furniture, and unique collectibles. So we're just going to highlight a few of them here today. And I want to start us off with lot 137, which is a signed by George Washington reverse painted glass silhouette of said George Washington with a hand-painted background that's sort of faded with age because it was ink. And on the back side of this, here's the fun story behind this item, it is on a playbill of Handel's Messiah, which George Washington most likely attended to get the signature from someone who happened to also be attending that same performance. And it's paired with a molded glass Thomas Diot blown molded glass pint flask with George Washington on one side and an eagle on the other. So another item that I want to show you is lot 27, which is a painting of a Victorian mansion, which is acrylic on canvas by Sue Wall from the 20th century. A beautiful, beautiful item. If you're into architecture at all, it's definitely worth a look. And then we also have lot 43, which is a figure of a dandy by Johann Simon, which is mixed media on masonite from the 20th century. And up next, I want to highlight this vase. It's a Japanese crackle glazed celadon vase, which is from the 19th or 20th century with songbirds on it and plum blossoms, stylized turquoise ruyi pattern, and attributed to the Seto workshops of Kawamoto Masakichi during the late Victorian period. So a really, really beautiful, and also I should note that some of the crazing is intentional, but I'm not a vase expert, so don't ask me to figure out which one is. I just know how to identify crazing. That's as much as I know, let alone figuring out intentional crazing. So up next, moving along here, we've got a Dana John cast aluminum Clismos chair with an orange wool felt removable chair cushion from the 21st century. Really, really beautiful piece. So it looks heavy because you might think this might be steel or something, but it's actually quite light. So have no fears if you're worried about moving it. We also have other things you can probably see in the background, like this camera, which is coming up in a March auction. So not coming up in February, so I can't quite preview it yet, but stay tuned for the next one. But what is coming up in February is this oil on canvas by Todd Boppel. It is titled Cayuga 85. Cayuga, for those of you in the Cleveland area, might be familiar because it's one of the 5 tribes in the Iroquois Confederacy or the Haudenosaunee Confederacy. So not too far from here in the Cleveland area, about 3 hours northeast when you're driving, like Salamanca, New York area. Moving along though, because you're not here for fun facts, you're here for items that you might want to bid on. We've got a rare Baltimore, Maryland federal inlaid mahogany cylinder desk. Say that 10 times fast, right? It's, beautiful, beautiful piece of furniture in 2 parts. And of course, we've got this nice inlay here as well. From Bankson, or rather I should say attributed to Bankson and Lawson, circa 1785 to 1792. And then a conversation piece we've got here. If you know what this is, kudos to you. But it is a Van Nardroff apparatus, which is designed to project light to study light. So this is from the early 20th century, circa 1916, developed by Dr. Ernest Van Nardroff, who was a New York City science teacher who needed a way to, show students how light works, which is different than pigments, as I'm sure many of you watching will probably already know. Up next, we have a rare Meissen porcelain soup tureen. What I find really fun about this is that it's got an artichoke handle or finial on the top of the lid, and the handles are lemons and asparagus. Probably a decent culinary combo, but definitely visually an excellent combo. So we're gonna then travel down yonder to another item that we're highlighting here, which is an Adolf Gottlieb screen print on wove paper, which is titled Blue Halo 1967. As I said, I'm the book specialist, so sorry I don't have much more to say about the Gottlieb, but suffice to say it's pretty. Now we have over 200 items in this 200 lots in this auction for February. So if you have any questions about any of the items or the lots, don't hesitate to reach out to myself, Serena, Deba, or Ware, and we'd be happy to answer your questions thoroughly. But of course, I'm the book specialist, so I want to end with our books that are coming up in the February auction. So a few that I want to highlight here are Anson's Voyages, Cook's Voyages. We have some signed books by Coquillat. So if you're big into rocket science, important to rocket propulsion is Coquillat. We've also got Forster's Travels. So if you're big into travel journals, travel books, voyages, maps, cartography, expeditions, definitely you should check out our catalog for some more details on the books. But I wanted to end with this Ortelius Atlas of the World from 1584. Definitely a unique book. And that's all I wanted to highlight and preview for the February 25th, 2026 auction. I should mention it starts at 10 a.m. and I've been your tour guide, Eric Olson, the book specialist.